Hello and welcome to the United Stand. It's your transfer daily, and quite a nice day actually for a Monday morning, and a big day I think for Manchester United. It's odd to feel, although many of us did predict it, that our last signing for Manchester United was almost to the day 3 weeks ago when we signed Lukaku. Very quiet July, maybe we expected more, but it could all go off in the next few days, and you've got to take that as a positive. I think the thing, regardless, as I said on the video last night, regardless of where we are with things now, we've got to really go with the feeling that to sign somebody is better than signing nobody, and this squad certainly needs to sign players. So Matic apparently will be unveiled today. Do we trust that? Well, I do believe that he probably did do a medical yesterday, but do we believe that he'll sign today? Well, at least it's today. It's 24 hours instead of the next 48. It wouldn't surprise me if he signed today. I think it needs to be done sooner rather than later. He could maybe then join us for the Sampdoria game, which would be encouraging because we want to get him involved as soon as possible. I'm not too sure he was even part of the Chelsea tour with Costa. I think they didn't get involved with that. So match fitness will be something I'm sure Mourinho wants to talk about. Serge Aurier is a player that we spoke about yesterday. He's actually got a court case on August the 7th which will determine whether he can come to the UK. That deal with Manchester United is apparently very advanced. Right back, can actually play as a right winger. I presume or suspect he might be able to play as a midfielder as well, but whether that would happen I don't know. They've just signed Dani Alves. He wants to leave PSG. He definitely was not part of their pre-season tour, so he's available. He's probably available at a decent price. He fits the sort of, 24, a lot of potential still. Needs to sort his head out, but Mourinho's very good at that. I wouldn't say I'm nailed on confident that deal's going to happen, but it's one of those deals that it would make me feel better about this transfer window if we bought Matic, Perisic and Aurier in with Lindelof and Lukaku. I don't think any of them are wow signings. I think Lukaku has the potential to be, but none of them are wow signings. But I think what they all are improvements on a squad which we consistently do say has a lot of deadwood in it. So I think I would be happy with that 5 as a transfer 5 if we can pull that off. Matic is obviously going to be the big one today. £40 million. It's turns 29 tomorrow. Is age relevant? Is the price relevant? Well, 40 million for him is probably a little bit too. I think, look, when it comes to Matic, he must be given the opportunity, and as soon as he holds the United shirt up, all jokes apart, the beautiful sun in behind me, that's Matic. All jokes apart, we can't really judge him until he starts playing in a Manchester United shirt, and I'm very interested and almost excited to see him play in the United shirt once he does hold it up and sign, because there's no doubting that he is a pedigree Premier League midfielder. But I watched Chelsea a lot last season, not a hell of a lot, but probably about 10 times. I didn't really notice him in half those games. Now, whether that's because Kante is so dominant in the midfield, or whether that's because Matic's role was quite limited and having more responsibility for the defensive side of the team than he would do at Chelsea, maybe he'll start to excel again. It's an interesting one, and the fact that Mourinho really wants him, and the fact that he really wants Manchester United according to Mourinho, is encouraging. Fellaini staying, obviously. I think the Fellaini one's an interesting one. I never thought Fellaini would go. Obviously I would get rid of Fellaini if I could, but the squad's just not big enough for that. I think this summer that we're actually going to struggle to get rid of players that we probably would have thought would go, because we haven't had the summer window that Mourinho wanted, and he hasn't got the players in quick enough. I think he's a buy first, sell later manager, and I think people like Darmian, Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, even Fellaini, Ashley Young if he was fit, they probably would be being looked to be moved on. But I think because we haven't got the players in, they all become very important. I mean, as much as I joke about how much Ashley Young earns, he fit at the moment wouldn't be a bad player to have if we wanted to play this 3-5-2 which we used in the second half against Valerenga last night, and I really liked that. But when you look at who your left wing back is, I don't think it suits Darmian, I don't think it suits Blind. I think Ashley Young is probably the best player, unless Luke Shaw's fit. I think Ashley Young's the best player to play that sort of left wing back on the side of the 5 midfield role, which shows the problems that we've got. But look, I think it's all starting to look a little bit positive. I think we need to get some people through the door. I think the problem with the last 3 weeks has been there's a lot of negativity, of which I've contributed to. No problem with admitting that, but I think a lot of United fans have felt it as well. Negativity around nothing happening, negativity because the season's coming. I think Aurier, Matic, Perisic may not be. I don't think you'll find a Manchester United fan who's ecstatic with all 3 of those signings. Maybe you'll be happy with one, maybe you like 2 of those names. But I think if we do get all 3 of them in, we may not agree or be happy with all of them, but they will be numbers into the squad, and they've all got pedigree. And I think, yeah, as a 5, if we got Lindelof, Lukaku, Aurier, Matic and Perisic, it's probably not the 5 many of us would have picked, but it is 5 players that Mourinho's got in, and I think that's the most important thing. That's the big positive. This is 5 players that Mourinho's brought in, and any manager that brings 5 players in, you expect an improvement from last year. I'm still, if he can get those 5 players in, I still believe that we could potentially, well, no, I think we can win the league. I think he wins it in the first 2 years. Aurier plays as a right back, ex-Achachi, and yes, so let's see what happens. I suspect we may well, hopefully, be back with another video for you at some point today to announce the signing of Matic, which is progress. I still really want us to get Perisic, and the reason I want to get Perisic is because, yeah, I know a lot of people aren't too sure about him. I am, and I argue with anybody. Tell me a better player, apart from a marquee signing that's unlikely. Tell me a left winger, and he can play right winger, who is totally 2-footed, who is tall, fast, skillful, hard-working, experienced, and very, very good at assists. There's not really anybody who's got those attributes, and that is why, yeah, it's a bit of banter that we've spent 6 weeks arguing we don't want to pay 50 million and then we will do, but he's a good player, and I would like to get him in now. And I think us as United fans sort of want this transfer window to be over so we can crack on with the real thing, which is the football. It's not been the transfer window that we wanted, but Lindelof, Lukaku, Aurier, Matic, Perisic, I'll take that for what we could end up with, which was 3 signings, and let's crack on with the season. So hopefully be back later with a live Matic signing video, but tonight at 8 o'clock it is Skype Goldbridge. It's your chance to call in, lots to talk about, so don't waste that opportunity. Drop a like on the video, have a good day, and I'll speak to you at some point. Thanks for watching.